All right, brethren, I'm here again, and thank you for joining me. My name is Jaquab Ban Yisrael, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be here, truly. To be able to get together with other brethren who like-minded, you think the way I do, you feel the way I do about the Creator and about our reality in general. I'm thrilled to be here, brethren. Thank you for joining me. Elijah, brother, good to see you. Creator, thank you for this opportunity. I want to ask you to help me to do this video and that I might say something to encourage my brethren while we have this little time to be with ourselves, to be away from the world and the darkness and the situation that's the imbalance that's going on in the world today. I thank you, Creator, that you seem to put on my spirit to find things to give my brethren hope, to give us hope, to have something to look forward to hope for a better world, a kingdom where we can be in an environment that we have always dreamed about, better than we could ever have imagined. We believe your word for some reason, and that you keep speaking about this world where it really exists. And we thank you that you tell us about this reality on the earth, what it's for, and what it's meant to do to us. And so, Creator, I pray you use me and help me to be to speak your word and to give you the glory and to enlighten us as to how to redeem the time and to escape the current darkness that we are surrounded by. We realize that we're very few in number. We read the other day where many people cannot find you. And I perceive that brethren who can may take that for granted. And I just pray that you would impress upon us that not everybody can find you. Most people, as a matter of fact, you say in your word, will not be able to find you, will not know to just simply listen to their own soul where you work through and in order to find you. And most people won't be able to find you. And I think it's an amazing thing that for people who cannot find you, do not know how to look for you, and they're amazing to me. And the people who have found you, they're amazing to me. And so it's an incredible privilege, I think, Creator, that you've given me to be able to speak to them, to say something to them from your word. And I just pray you help me, and that you would solve all mysteries that come through the reading of the word, that I can share it with my brethren. I just pray you make me selfless in talking to my brethren, sharing with them, and mostly to give us hope and to look forward to the end of the kingdom of man and its imperfections, and to the perfection of the kingdom of light, where there is nothing but rejoicing and harmony and peace and love and righteousness, the kingdom of the faithist. And I pray you would give me understanding so I can share it with my brethren and give them something to look forward to while we're in this reality. So thank you, Creator. All right, brethren, thank you for joining me. Let me see, Yafa, how you doing? Good to see you. You say, I'm struggling today. Why is that? You want to share? You say, I'm struggling today. You know, the that when you read Radiance Anthology, it says that that's the purpose, one of the purposes of the earth is for us to go through these tough times, to not to struggle, but to experience what's a good word for trials and temptations are all about. And it's supposed to produce a greater fruit and appreciation for all of us, and to look even that much more to the kingdom of light. I'm certainly familiar with struggling and trials. I mean, even to this day, but if you want to share here, I'll put the link in the room. That's what my channel is for brother or sister. And you need to be ministered to, man. I don't claim to be the best, but I'll try my level best, man, to talk to you. And, it's very therapeutic when you have someone you can at least talk to about the things that you're going through. So, Yafa, if you want to hit the link and you want to come on and talk about, what's going on with you, I'm more than willing to listen to you. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I can come on, I can talk about things that I'm going through and, share it with brethren and receive some feedback. And I came across something in Radiance Anthology. I don't know if I shared it in my room on Facebook or any of the other rooms, but I'm always looking for the reasons of life, the purpose of life, why this, why that. I'm always looking for that, And the message that I keep getting is, one, is so that we can experience these things. And number two, so that we can appreciate the kingdom. Because see, this ain't where we at right now. It ain't nothing like the spiritual. It just ain't nothing like it. We can't even fathom it. All we know is that right now we got the opportunity to make ourselves, and we got a whole bunch of external stimuli that cause us to bring forth reactions. It causes us to shape ourselves. And the benefit that you faithists have is we can realize that all these things are meant to help us. We are sculpting ourselves. We are actually sculpting ourselves. I remember, let me see, Elijah, he's got something. Let me read that. He says, good and the bad is to make you a better. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Good and the bad is to make you a better person and to help shape. And exactly. Yeah, just what I was saying. Good and the bad is to make you a better person and to help shape and form your way as an Etherean. Yeah. So whatever's going on, please share and always keep your trust in the Creator's will. That very well said, brother. Very well said. Thank you, brother. Very well said. I love that. That's why I believe the day is going to come when I'm going to basically just get on the channel and do an introduction, and it's going to be brethren lined up, wanting to testify, wanting to share, wanting to, give a word. I know that day is going to be coming. I just dream of when, because the sister here said she was struggling. See, she needs to be ministered to. You brethren are the ones who's supposed to be, we supposed to be ministering to her if you feel that way. That's what the kingdom of light is. That's the kingdom of God right there. We are sincere. And see, that's the thing, man. Every time I open up this Radiance Anthology and read from it, and even the OAHSPE, I just can't find where the Creator want you to just, he don't want you to be concerned. He don't want you to, you just only care for, you selfish. You only care about yourself, man. I can't find nowhere where the Creator says that that's the type of mindset he wants us to be in. I just can't find it, man. Radiance Anthology or OAHSPE. See, And the light king, see the difference, this kingdom here where we live right now, it's like, you brother know what it is. It's materialism, it's ego, it's selfishness, it's greed, it's lust. It's, that's why it can't go on. It just can't go on. We read the other day from Radiance Anthology where it said that we were born into a poisonous atmosphere. The words that people use, the things that people do, the things that people think. The Creator, he called that a poison. We were born, we breathe that stuff in. We inspire that stuff. We don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Yaffa, if you want to come on or you want to share in the chat, something that we could talk about, I want you to feel free because that's what the channel is for. This channel here, we, every, 90% of the time, I know that when you read Radiance Anthology, I could just read the subtitles and it's always positive, uniting, loving, sincerity, all the good positive attributes. It's like nowhere in there you can find any negativity. It's about self-abnegation, serving your brethren, considering. See, I think I was even reading today where it said that the reason for a lot of our struggles and problems is because we're not minded to think of how we might be of service to our brethren. You get self-focused, and then when you do that, you naturally tend to look at, it's like that's where it's a good opportunity for negativity to set in, because you look at yourself and it's like you tend to just think, what's a good word for negatively? Focus on things that, you know what I mean? It's like, that's like the human spirit. It's like, if we start to, unless you're spiritually looking into yourself where you're trying to join in unity with the angels and the atmospherian realm and the gods and the lords and the organic workers, and that's a different type of looking inward, because we're trying to create a bond. We're trying to strengthen our spiritual immunity to the tetracts in the world against it. That's a different type of meditating and looking inside yourself. Creator says he wants you to do that. That's where you can find the Creator. You just get in there, you start to meditate with yourself, and you get in contact with your soul, and you want to try to find out what the will of the Creator is for your soul. And then that's how you get out of from what I can understand, the Creator says that's how you can keep from falling into that vibration, depression, or just that negative atmosphere, that cloud that seems to come on you. Let me see. The sister said, imposters that come acting like they want to know more, even buying OAHSPE, but they are actually against it. Yeah. The Creator, he knows who's sincere. You know what I mean? That's a burden. You can just lay that down, let the Creator, I see. It's funny you say that too, because I was a Hebrew Israelite, and they fit my carnal spirit perfectly. What I mean by my carnal spirit, when I was in the world, they fit it perfectly, man. They fit it perfectly. Meaning they catered to my judgmental spirit. I always had to judge somebody. Hey, Elizabeth. It's good to see you, sister. When I was a Hebrew Israelite, they really catered to my carnality, because they helped me look down on, they helped me judge people, who was going to make it, who wasn't. They helped me to sow to the flesh. They helped me, they made me feel like I was better than other, because I read the Bible. I was showing that I was spiritual. Here I am in the street debating with you knuckleheads, and I'm trying to do what is right. I'm talking about spiritual things, and they help you with that vibration to look down on people, pick people apart, judge them for what they do, and feel good about yourself that you're not in their position and that you're better than them. And they helped me. The Hebrew Israelites, they helped me to feel they went right down my alley. They checked all the boxes that I was looking for when I was in the carnal, when I was, carnally, when I was sowing to the flesh. They helped me to do. That's why that's where a lot of their strength lies, because Negroes are disenfranchised in this reality. We're disenfranchised. We don't have a piece of the pie. And so we look at something that empowers us and we gravitate to us. It's very attractive philosophy for a lot of Negroes, quote unquote, black people. Let me see. Yappa says, when you learn who Christ really is, you can't I don't know. You can't unknown, or I don't know if I know what you're saying. I don't believe in the Christ of the New Testament anyway. I don't believe that Christ existed. I believe it's a narrative. I do think there were 2 or 3, quote unquote, Jesus Christ. I think there was Yeshua and Iesu or Zarathustra, and I think that the New Testament Jesus Christ was a compilation of the works that they did, and also a compilation of false gods. And but so I don't know what you mean when when you say who Christ really is. You have to tell me more. But it's almost time for the soul confirmations, and but I wanted to keep up on what I was just saying there. The 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 Hebrew Israelites, man, they really, I mean, the philosophy is a very powerful. I think that the Bible, if you want to the Bible, I believe it can feed you. If you have a negative vibration on you, you can pick it up and make it. You can pick it up and make it support that negative vibration you're under. See, I think when I look at this reality, I think one thing I've learned is that the Creator, He gave us life. And it's so that you could produce a fruit. What you really want. Is this what you want? Is that what you want? What are you gonna, what are you gonna believe? What are you gonna do? I think the Creator, He does it for the purposes of situating you in the spiritual. Situating you, putting you where according to your deepest desires. Now, me, if you ask me, and I thought about this, and I, I've questioned myself, like, what do you really want, Yaiqua? What do you want, man? Above all things, what'll make you happy? Exclude money, exclude the things you see in this world, exclude all that, the false riches, money, gold, silver, and all. Don't mention that, because that's not real. But what'll make you happy, man? And I concluded being around a bunch of people who are easy to get along with. They're very sociable, they're easily approachable. They go about they go about in sincerity and truth. No one is a stranger to each other. There is no one that is in need that any one of us would not be able to minister to them. You know what I mean? I want to live in the kingdom of light, man. As simple as that. I want to live in the kingdom of light where I can open my door. My neighbors want to talk. They want to, They want to get to know one another. They want, and you listening to them, you talking to them, and you could tell they not BSing you for some hidden agenda. They sincerely care about you. They don't got no angle that they approach you with. They're they're above board with their emotions, their feelings. You know what I mean? You don't live in the reality of, what do they call it? Keeping up pretensions, or what do they call it? There's a name for it. I forget. It's called keeping up appearances. You just keeping up appearances, man, so that people won't suspect anything of you. Either good, I mean, if anything, good, but certainly not bad. Fake reality, man. Fake people. Nothing is real. You don't know who to believe. You don't know what to, So for me to live in what I think is the kingdom of light, a bunch of people who are peaceful, loving, harmonious with one another, no imbalances in the land, under the glory and the blessing of the Creator, a beautiful reality, the way it was always meant to be. And I think you find that in the OAHSPE. So I'm just sharing me, about what I seek in this truth, right or wrong. It sounds like the Creator to me, the OAHSPE. That sounds like the Creator to me, when it's able to vibrate with your innermost person that the world can't see. That sounds like the Creator to me. There's a certain power. So you, brethren, you have your own reasons. You have your own reasons, man. We all do. But I do know this. We in a situation where most people, I have to say it again, they cannot find the Creator. You brethren should think about, I'm telling you, you brethren ought to think about that, man. You brethren are really, I'll be honest with you, I think there are brethren who call themselves faithists. I don't think they're faithists. Not me, not y'all. I don't think, you don't look like one to me, man. You might know a lot, but the good thing is that it ain't my decision to make. It's part of me being a Hebrew. When I was a Hebrew Israelite, that part that I got to flush out of me, that makes me want to judge people. It makes me want to wonder about if you are, if you're not. I get thanks to the Creator, because he slowly, that's becoming a thing of the past, where he's helping me to you just focus on you redeeming your time. You run your race. You redeem the time that I've given you, Hopefully Cosmin Day is right around the corner for each one of us. That's when power from on high. See, we really want power from on high. That's what we want, man. We really, I can't speak for everybody, you know what I mean? But I know that's what that's the next thing on the agenda I look forward to. None of us know when it's coming. That's what we want. We want power from on high, man. That's what Cosmin Day is. And we don't know when it is. But from all appearances, it looked imminent. Cosmin Day. You brethren been reading on that? You've been looking at it? We got something to look forward to. Did you brethren know that? We got something to look forward to. The world don't got it. Do you brethren ever think about that? Cosmin Day. I think I posted something in my room. Real quick here, here's my room, my mom's food ministry, where I try to target orphans, disabled, and elderly. And also I'm trying to join with anybody who's got something going, some organization where I could jump in, help out, whatever way. Here's some contact information. And for anybody that's new to faithists, who the faithists are, the links in the description area will help you. There are other brethren, there are links. You can copy and paste them, put in the browser, and you can see how, watch them operate in their vibration. Here's Here's another room. My brother Omian, he's got a couple of rooms. This is another one of them right here. OAHSPE College University. OAHSPE College University. And then another room, Cosman. If I hold on a second. Cosman teaching for brethren who are new to the faithists, who we are. You know, here's another room. So you can just copy and paste it and then just go ask the brother to join his room. And you come be with us, have fellowship with us. You know, see, that's the thing, you know, we don't try to change anybody's mind. You know, we not really trying to crusade against other, you know, I'm saying this because I read just the other day where the creator is more concerned with you. I mean, there is such a thing called the beast kingdom. That's religion. There's also the beast kingdom in us. You know, the evil vibration that's within each one of us. That's the beast kingdom too. When you show beast kingdom attributes, you know, you talk about the, you know, the you know, beast kingdom attributes, you know, the flesh, the world, you know, even when you joke around, you talk about the flesh, you talk about, you know, it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? The beast kingdom, beast kingdom, beast kingdom, the lower nature. It's in people, it's in the world, it's an organized system in the world, religion. And so that's what we're about, the faithists. We're about the individual more than the, you know, the world. Time for the soul confirmations that we've been doing. A real blessing from the creator. And I think the creator, he really helped me the other day to explain it the way I was explaining it. I was trying to explain it like, look at the soul confirmations this way. Look at it this way. See, the Ethereans, I think this information, I really think it came from the Ethereans. And they basically telling you like, look, you know, we already know, the creator already said, go make yourself. He already said it. It's like we're in a candy store. You know, you pick anything you want, man. You watch what happens. You put a kid in a candy store. You know, have you ever seen, you know, National Geographic where that deer is trying to get away from that tiger and they go 1,000 different directions at once? That's that kid in the candy store, man. You know, he will 1,000 different, because that's all, you know, trying to get everything he can. And it's like the Ethereans are doing the same with us. You know, it's like they're saying, look, it's all about you strengthening your soul. You got to learn about it. That's where your power is. See, those are your red slippers and Wizard of Oz. Your soul, your soul, your soul, you know, minister to it, learn about it, feed it, grow it. Your soul, that's where the creator, he worked through it. So we've been doing soul confirmations. See, and if there's anybody new in this room right here, go to this left-hand side of the page that I'm showing you and just read that. And then you can get up to speed with why we do these things. See, nobody's really catching on to this right now. And the creator, he might not I don't doubt at all that there are brethren all over the world, that they're getting this word and that they're doing it too. And that we're creating a vortex. If anything, we're joining into that. But it's like, if you, all these soul confirmations here, it's like, and there's a whole lot more. And it's like the creator saying, okay, here's your opportunity. You know, try to repeat these with other brethren. Y'all try to do it as much as you can in unity with one another. And this is how you make yourself. See, as you do these soul confirmations, now you're gonna, this is you making yourself. You're gonna add this to yourself. See, and we've done all these soul confirmations, and we're up to this part right here on the right-hand side of the screen where it says, we're at the part where it says all the forces. Okay. We did the one yesterday. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality. Okay. So see, we added that to our spirit model. if I may say so, because we each got a spirit being, you see. And it's like we're adding this. It's like we're putting it in the bank, if I may be so vulgar, to try to explain what this is all about. See, this is how you prepare ye the way of the Lord. And do you know that that's what we become? You faithists, you know? Do you know we become lords? You know that when we're born in spirit, that's one of the things we become, right? We become an angel, we become a lord, and then we're on that path of becoming gods and goddesses. You see? Prepare ye the way of the Lord. See, the Bible is beneficial in some ways, you know. You just need a faithist to translate it. But see, we're adding to our faith. You know, that's the scripture too. Remember that? Where it says in First Peter, I think it is, add to your faith this, add to your faith that, add to your faith that. See, we're adding these things. This is just a gold mine. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? This is a great, big, fat answer, man, to a question that everybody wants to know. How can I redeem the time? What can I, because in redeeming the time and the maturing of our soul and the desire to serve brethren, that's the kingdom of light right there. That's the kingdom of light right there. Time for the soul confirmation. I'm way late. So if anybody's new, just read the left-hand side of the screen. And there's a part before this that I'm not showing you because I don't have the file up. Maybe at some point I will. Now, this is coming from the Radiance anthology. The ordering information is in the description area of the box below in the description area. They give it to you free. Big old blue book, man. They give it to you free. I still can't get over that. You read the left-hand side of the screen. It'll help catch you. It'll help get you up to speed with where we are. Let's do the soul confirmations pretty late. So we're on the part where on the right-hand side of the screen, I'm going to make it even bigger. Right-hand side of the screen, we're at the part where it says, I'm trying to make it go towards the top. We're at the part where it says, all the forces of my being. You see that? All the forces of my being. We're going to repeat that 3 times together on 3. Create the vortex. Keep the vortex going. 3 times together on 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. Again, 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. See, we're taking our power back. That's the soul confirmation for right now. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. See, our soul is like a child. We tell it what to do, and then it responds. Up till now, we've been doing the soul confirmations. We're going to keep doing it as long as the Creator have me in this reality. I'm going to just stay on this. It's always going to be a part of my channel. The soul confirmations. That's how we get the vortex going. That's how we get the vortex going within the world and within ourselves. And I know that the angels, that when we do it, they do it with us. As above, so below, man. As above, so below. All right. Well, the name of the video today is going to be called The World Need, where I'm going to be reading from Radiance Anthology again. So until I do that, let me go back to my room and share some things that I've been sharing with other brethren. So things that I've been I love to read and look for things that will help brethren, that will bless brethren in their I mean, because the 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 world is good at preoccupying, preoccupying. See, let me say something, man. Today I saw a video of this economist, and a lot of economists are saying that, brethren, we're in a situation where this country here is doomed. I don't want to sound negative, but it's doomed. It's doomed. The OAHSPE, it prophesied that America was going to be put down. Had to happen sometime. It's happening now. It's a lot of economic language that people are talking about that's very boring to try to explain, but it all points to one conclusion, that the creator is telling the truth. He's going to put down America because of its decline. I'm going to ask a question here real quick. I'm going to ask AI something. I want to share. Let me what was here? What was the spiritual grade of the continent of Pan before the creator sunk it? Now, America isn't going to be sunk, but I want us to have an idea of where we are. It might not be able to answer it. It said this document indicates that prior to the submersion of the continent of Pan, also called Waga, you probably can't see that. So let me copy it and put it on the screen where you can see it. You probably want to know the answer to this question. So let's see if we can learn something from this. Let's see if we can learn something about what happened. I mean, we know that we're in a situation where we in decline. We in a nation that's in decline. I was trying to talk about that a little bit the other day with the difference in music. And we read where the angels, they were saying that the one of the ways that we could tell about what was going on spiritually was by the vibration of the we generation, the me generation. We talked a little bit about the me generation and the coming we generation. Now, this is what I asked AI just now. I put it in the room here so we could all see it together. It says, what was the spiritual grade of the continent of Pan before the creator sunk it? It says, this document indicates that prior to the submersion of the continent of Pan, also called Waga, many spirits entered the first. Now, I'm just asking this, and sometimes AI is wrong, so let me read it with you together, and then if I see problems with it, I'll let you know. It says the document indicates that the submersion of the continent of Pan, also called Waga, many spirits entered the first ES, which is spiritual world, and that a significant portion of these spirits ended up in hell and knots. Specifically, it mentions that more than half of the people entering the spirit world went to hell and knots. And throughout history, many spirits have gravitated toward hell for various reasons, reflecting their spiritual conditions. And so it says, while the snippets do not provide an explicit numerical grade of the continent of Pan, at the time before its submersion, the context suggests that the spiritual condition of its inhabitants was quite low, as they were entangled in conditions akin to those found in hell, and a tendency towards debauchery, vengeance, and war. Okay, so while that continent was sunk, America, you can see America here, can't you? You brethren, you should be able to see Western Hemisphere. I say America primarily because they are causing a lot of the conflagration in the world because they know that their time for rulership is come. And coincidentally, It coincides with Pluto going into Aquarius and the Cosmic era, in the sense that we're approaching a sub-cycle. We're in a sub-cycle, I think a 50-year sub-cycle before the harvest. And the angels we read yesterday said that they were preparing the atmosphere. Now, preparing the atmosphere for the we generation. Now, it's just a good way for us to take a look at where we are, because in order for that the we generation is kind of like where people say, look, man, I've had enough of people of people getting murdered and killed for nothing, for politics, for gold and silver. I'm sick of it. I've had enough of it. It's time for us to look after the lowest among us. The world is big enough to share. And that's the vibration that the Ethereans, that the angels in the Radiance anthology said that they are creating. And this very day we're at right now, that's the atmosphere there. See, because in Radiance anthology, their focus ain't just on like American faithists. Their focus is on the world of men. See, I think that we can have the tendency to just think of ourselves. We just think of ourselves. And then when you read like OAHSPE, you read Radiance, and you see where the focus is. It's on all people. It's on all men. And we've been grown up to think only for ourselves. We're very self-focused people. I think even with faithists, we can just want ourselves to be okay. I just want to be okay. I want to know that it's all right with me. I want to know that I'm okay. I want to know I'm going to make. I don't see the Creator wanting us to be like that. He wants us to be concerned with all men anywhere that are unenlightened or that are suffering or that whatever. See, the kingdom of light, it don't just come to America. It come to the world. That's the kingdom. That's power from on high, brethren. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just trying to give a picture. The Ethereans, they said that speaking to the gods, lords, and angels who speak to us, they said that they're going to create an atmosphere where people are going to, it's going to be no more this me. It's going to be a we generation that's going to set the stage for the kingdom of light. It's got to be a we generation. See? And when you think about it, that means tribulation. Because people ain't going to care about their brother in prosperous times. We ain't going to care. Now, we looked at the chart a few weeks back, Radiance anthology, and it said it did not predict any more global world war, because that line we looked at it goes increasing even past the harvest. That line points upward, like it's going to be a time of high light. It's going to be a time of, now I think that means increasing darkness too. With greater light is greater darkness, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that line, that chart we saw, it points straight up from now, even on past the harvest. It said that the low light in this period of time was like when it made its lowest dip. It was like in our time, in our generation, it was like 2019, I think, or 2018, or somewhere around there. When COVID came out. The chart showed that was a time of low light. And then around after 2019 or so, it started to point upward, meaning now the faithist, the Creator, his word is going to get strong. It's going to be strengthening in people's minds and souls, meaning they're going to turn to the Creator. Their situations is going to cause them to wonder about spiritual things, to look towards their soul, the inside, because they're in a reality that is not able to. We're in a situation where the government cannot minister to people the way it's supposed to. See, these are hells and knots. Hells and knots. It's like Mohammedanism. It's like a gathering of unenlightened souls. Here, let me show you, if I may, let me show you a picture of what I'm talking about. A hell and a knot. See, the Ethereans, they got to untangle this. Their job is to untangle where people are knotted together under a belief, under a spirit, and the Ethereans, they got to untangle that. Worship of Mecca. Okay, the Kaaba stone. Now, this is a knot. You see that? Can you see that? See, these are knots. This is what the OAHSPE call. That's a knot, man. Look at all them people. That's a knot that's got to be untied. You see that? You probably can't see it too well. You get the idea? See, these people are joined together under a deity worship. I ain't saying they're good, they're not good people involved in this. I'm not saying that. But it's still a knot. A lot of our brethren are taken captive for right now into these knots. Christianity, Mohammedanism, Buddhism, Hinduism. These are knots that got to be untied. And we read the other day where the Ethereans, they said that what we're going to do is create a situation where people are sick and tired. It's like they're saying people are going to see that religion, it don't work. Oh, I got to share the screen. Hold on a second. It booted me off my screen. Let me get my screen back. Let me see. Let me take down Elijah's comment too. Bear 1 second. Okay, let me take down Elijah's comment there so you can see it. Okay. See, you see this? These, it's like the Ethereans, what we read the other day when they were speaking to the lords and the angels who were speaking to us through the message that I was reading the other day in the Radiance anthology. They got to untie all this. Let's see, a knot, man, where people are tied together under a spirit. OAHSPE calls it a hell or a knot, or like a hell, man, like a war. Countries coming together to fight one another, destroy one another. That's a hell. Here's a knot. Look at all these people. You see that? Circling a rock. A rock. Look at how spirits of men are. Faithists are not described as being in a hell or a knot. They're free people. We know better than to be getting to be joining stuff like this. We're free people, man. I just want to show that little bit because to give an idea of the Ethereans, what they say is that they're coming, you know how, if you've seen a knot, you got to untie it. And some are tightly twisted together and it's hard. So America is in that situation where it's in a state of decline. economically, I know many of us, we don't keep up with it. And we're fractured. We're becoming fractured as well. They call it balkanized, where you become separated into groups. America is becoming the same way. It's not as bad as other places yet, but it's not. It's the kingdom of we, the we generation. The we generation is a natural fruit of people's dissatisfaction with the way things are. And the Ethereans are saying in this day and age, it's going to change from people. They're going to be the people will be more concerned about how people as a whole are being treated, like the people in Gaza. They're being destroyed. It seems like nobody care about them. You know, there are other oppressed groups. And what the Radiance anthology, what the Ethereans seem to be saying is what we're doing that you don't really see right now is the way we're working is creating conditions for people to rise up and get tired of the way governments are allowing other people to be treated. The way governments are allowing other people to be treated. The Ethereans, they seem to be saying, we're going to allow it seems like they're saying the condition is going to exist where people are going to rise up. And I think this is the Ethereans influencing the world, where people are going to rise up and they're going to basically take the power away from governments. And they're going to do the work themselves to look after their brother. And on the heels of that comes Cosmin Day. Now, I don't know. I'm just trying to speculate and share with you, brethren, something that will encourage you. Cosmin Day is what we are looking forward to, man. We are looking for Cosmin Day, man. And here, I time for the reading of the word. I posted something where I wanted to share what is said about, I think it said something about Cosmin Day. Oh, okay, here it is right here. Here it is right here. This is what will happen on Cosmin Day that we're waiting on. See, brethren, we're waiting for this. Okay, this is from the OAHSPE. I just want to share it with you so that we can look away from the world even more. You know, don't look at the world, man. Let them, okay, you don't want to go with us. You will at some point. At some point you will. When you had enough of yourself, serving yourself, taking all the money for yourself, living luxuriously while your brother don't even have a place to live. At some point, you're going to get tired of that. The Creator, he said so. He's going to just let you, he's going to let you, the Creator is just going to let you come to the end of your own self. Now, I know you think now in this reality, oh man, you know, that ain't never going to happen. You know, I ain't never going to, I'm always love money and trying to win the lottery and riches. I ain't never going to get tired of that. The Creator says, yes, you will. You will. Your spirit ain't going to be able to take it, especially when you see my people living in blessing, glory, and honor. You see my people over there, I'm taking care of them. They don't need no money. They don't need no gold or silver. I ain't got nobody ruling over them. Look at them, joyous, happy, you know, big party over there where my people are at, living sincerity and truth, loving one another for real. You know, you over here, you can't sleep at night because of your riches, counting your pennies every 24/7. You call that living. Creator said, okay, you want to try me? See if I'm telling the truth? See, here's something that I posted. This will happen on Cosmin Day. Look at this. time for the reading of the word. I know. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna get to it. It says, now this is a depiction in the OAHSPE. This is an image. Let me see if I still got it up. The image, I don't think I have it up. Okay, that's all right. Let me read it. It says, now this image, what it shows you is a bunch of circles, shows you a bunch of darkness, a big circle of darkness, which is the earth, and it shows you like light, like lightning bolts look like, which is cosmic around the earth. And, just give you some idea. It says, talking about this picture that it shows you in the OAHSPE, it says, showing the earth in the 32nd year of the cosmic era. Jehovah said, when the world approaches Danha and Sabia. Now, that's if I can only speculate, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I think Sabia is an Ethereal realm that the earth has to pass through. It says, the nation shall be quickened with new light, for cosmic comes out of the midst. And my Ethereal host shall press upon the understanding of male and female, and they shall fill all the nations and kingdoms with new discoveries, inventions, and books and learning. Now, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is power from on high. We haven't seen this yet. And men shall be conceited concerning themselves above all the ages past, and they shall deny me and quarrel with my name and cast me out. But I will come upon them as a father in love and mercy, and my host of heaven shall cause babes and fools to confound the wise by signs and miracles. That's why I say this is yet future. This sounds like Holy Cosmic Day. It's talking about you, brethren. And then it says, my host from heaven shall cause chairs to see. This ain't happened yet. This future. My host from heaven shall cause chairs to speak and inanimate things to walk and dance. See, now you're going to get the world's attention. When that happens, you get in the world's attention. If I did that right here, if I did it right here on video, even though, one of you would say, get on Yaquab's channel quick. Hurry up. Look what he's doing. And then I'm sitting up here interviewing a chair. Do you know in 5 minutes that there would be, let me see, there are 8 billion people in the world. Do you know there would be 5 billion people on this channel? You brethren know that, right? And I'm not surprised if one of our brethren get the word, like in the description area, or even my channel. If one of us get the word, or some brother in Indonesia, somebody going to get the word. Or from what I understand, the second resurrection, it hits thousands of people at once. So it ain't going to be one brother, we're all going to get hit. All of us who are ready to make the resurrection, we are all going to get hit on Cosmic Day. You brethren who've never done videos, showing people that, hey, the creator is real. The OAHSPE, he told us in his word it's going to happen. And then everybody's going to bum rush the OAHSPE. You see how the world do when it's too late? You see that? You see how brethren are born in secret? Nobody knows about us. Here we are. We ain't hiding from nobody. Here we are right here. You don't want us. Why? Because we ain't sexy enough for you. We ain't out here talking about controversy or getting off on people's misfortunes. See? You see how the world is? See, the creator's people, his people are born in darkness. They're born in darkness. You know what I mean? See, look what it says here. It says the dead. See? It says the dead, they shall, see, the cat will be out the bag then. The dead shall reappear to the living, talking with them face to face, eating and drinking, and proving themselves to be to the children of the earth, the Uzians, the unenlightened, unbelieving. The Uzians, they love the world. They don't got no spirituality. It says, and so these dead people coming, face to face, talking, proving themselves to the children of the earth, and so make my kingdoms known. See, we looking forward to this, brethren. Cosmin Day. It says, yes, they shall encompass whole earth with signs and wonders and reduce to nothing the philosophy of men and the idolatries of the ancients. For both the living and the dead shall know that I, Jehovah, live and reign, see, on our heaven and earth. See, we looking for, we know this is going to happen. You faith this? See, we know it. We know it. We know it. You ain't going to surprise us when Creator bring Holy Cosmin Day. He says, this shall be a new era, and it shall be called Cosmin, because it embraces the present and all the past. Then will I reveal myself, and those who deny me shall accept me of their own accord, and they will put away their lords, gods, and saviors, nor shall they have idols of me anymore, either on earth or in heaven, for I am sufficient for all, brethren. That's what we are looking for. And we don't, it could be tomorrow, New Year's Day, they call it. It could be 6 hours from now. You know? See? Yeah, I don't mind showing that. I get excited. I don't mind that at all, brother. I do not mind at all. I'm sorry, man. I believe you, Creator, and I can't wait, man. You know? He said the second resurrection come on a whole bunch of people, you know? All at once, the second resurrection, the faithist. See, we got something to look forward to, you know? Time for the reading of the word. The title of the video is called The World Need. The World Need. Let me see if I can stretch it, and hopefully you can see it. And may the Creator bless the reading of this word. This is called The World Need. Okay. It says, there's not a person in the world today whose faith in material means to happiness is not shaken. Ain't that the truth? There is not a person in the world today whose faith in material means to happiness is not shaken. You can imagine why it says that. Because it's harder to keep money. Every day it's more expensive to live. Things keep going up because people, we live in a system. They say it's a democracy, but really it's an autocracy where people, they try to get as rich as they can off of you, and they don't care whether you can pay or not. That's the system we live in. See, that's why it's saying this here. Let me see. Yafa has something. She says, one time I was sitting in church and the Creator told me one day 2 billion will be saved in a blink of an eye. Hey, I like that. I like that. That sounds like the OAHSPE. You know that? That sounds like the OAHSPE. See? When we start making chairs, sing and dance, that's it. The show is over. You know, you brethren know the show is over then, right? The show is over then. You know your reality is finished right there on that day, right? You brethren know that, right? The first instant, man. Oh, I'm gonna love it. Boy, I look forward to that. You can't, oh man. You know, because I was asking the Creator to help me. I asked the Creator, would He give me something that I could give us brethren something to look forward to? And He came up with Cosmin Day. You know, see, brethren, ask the Creator. Talk to Him. Ask Him, you know. Ask Him for encouragement. or if you in pain, start talking to the Creator, man. Would you just start talking to him? Take him at his word. Why are you afraid to take him at his word? How come you don't talk to him? Didn't he say do it? Wow. Why don't you see if you can call him a liar? Doggone it, man. You heard, I showed you on video how the dude's scooter wasn't working. I showed you that. And he called for me. I came out. And he showed me how he couldn't start it. And then I said, one moment. And I went back inside my apartment. I said, Creator, I said, would you start a scooter for him? And then I went right back outside and said, start your scooter, man. And a millisecond before he turned that key, right before he turned it, I ran out of faith. I ran out of faith. I had no faith. And it started. Right before he turned that key, I ran out of faith. And then he turned it forward and it started. And I didn't even jump for joy or anything, I showed no reaction. I showed no reaction. But I knew what had happened. And the guy the old guy my neighbor, he started crying. And I had no emotion or anything. I wasn't stunned. I think I was disappointed that I ran out of faith. I think I was disappointed that at the very last second, I dropped faith. And then he started crying. And I thought, now this might be an open door. And so I said, man, do you realize what just happened? And he said, what? I said, man, your scooter wasn't running. I said, now I'm going to say something. Now, I didn't want to tell him this. And I said, look, do you know what I did when I went back in my apartment? I told you to hold on a second. I went back in my apartment. I said, you know what I did? He said, no. I said, I asked the Creator to start your scooter, man. And there was still no big reaction out of him. It's like it went in one ear and out the other. So you see, do you, brethren, see how the world can't see the Creator? Even after he do something for them. Do you realize what I'm saying to you? Do you, brethren, realize how fortunate you are? Now, do you realize? Do you see it? You, brethren, you can see the Creator. You can see, if Elizabeth had been there, she come by to visit. If she had come by to visit me, and didn't that happen, she would have flipped out probably. You know what I mean? Or Elijah, or anybody, another brother or sister. See, you could see the Creator. And then I tried to talk to him, and a day later, it was like nothing to him. Okay, I'm late for the reading of the word. I'm late. All right. May the Creator bless the reading of his word. It's called World Need. It says, there is not a person in the world today whose faith in material means to happiness is not shaken, because it's getting harder and harder to live on the earth. The government is coming up with more and more ways to take people's means of support, which is money. I've even heard talk of ending Social Security. People's faith in material means is shaken. See, it says every human being questions, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? What is the solution? There is no one who does not need to turn away from the outer world and seek the God within his or her soul for the solution of the problem. See, again, you got to think the Ethereans are working through the lords and angels. And the lords or angels are working through those of us faithists who are willing to be a conduit for the vibration and energy that they bring in on the world to get them to be influenced to become a we generation. That's how it's working right now. That's how they work it. You know, they want, as long as we are willing, they can work through us. There is no one who does not need to turn away from the outer world and seek God within his or her soul for the solution of the problem. The world is composed of individuals. Each individual has a part to play in the world regeneration. We are all threads in the garment of humanity. Some will respond immediately, the spark of divinity within them bursting forth at the touch of the radiant flame in another. Meaning, some of you, brethren, you heard a little bit of the OAHSPE, and then you busted out in faith and in receptivity. You heard it right away. You know, you were like a dam ready to break, man. You heard this word. There wasn't no doubting that went on. You received it immediately. You were like, you burst it forth at the touch of the radiant flame from another brother or sister. You know, you busted out right away. It said others will respond more slowly. See? But all must awaken, and the concord of creators, that's you, brethren, must awaken them. There is no individual salvation. The world needs saving. Its standards are built on the sands of selfishness, and they are washing away. Selfishness, like a great sword, is eating away the life force of the body of humanity. But as long as life throbs in the heart, there is hope. Selfishness is the root cause for all suffering. Salvation from that condition will come only as we begin to forget ourselves, our own troubles and misery, by making life easier, happier, and more cheerful for another. It must start as a contagion, like a fire. We are bringing together in this concord of creators a few glowing embers. As we work together, we become a flame, a fire of divine love that will spread over field and forest, hill and valley, until every soul everywhere feels our love and responds. There is no individual salvation. If we will find the kingdom of heaven, we must help someone else find it. You sense the need. You feel the impulse to do all you can for the world. See how their focus is on the world? It ain't on our little sphere of influence, you know, just me and a couple people I know. That's the thing that's going to cause a lot of trouble for some brethren. The Radiance anthology is focused. It's got a macro focus instead of a micro focus. See, we forget, man, the Father, he said that all men are his children. See? That's, I mean, you know, do you know a parent that prefers one child over another? See, we forget that, man. You know, these people are our brethren and sisters. See? He said, you sense the need. You feel the impulse to do all you can for the world. He said, philosophies have not satisfied you. The world cries out for action in its hour of stress. The moving, see? They're telling us about the world, how their perspective is. See, here in America, we might not say, hey, man, we're not crying out in, you know, stress and, you know, we cool over here. Because we're taught that to not care, to not consider. We're taught that in America, you know, to have blinders on towards our brethren. It says the moving, surging, conquering spirit is lacking. The children of the day are learning to be thieves and robbers. Yep. You can just out here in California, out here in the Bay Area where I am, you can just walk in the store and walk out with something. Y'all know that, right? You know, you can just walk into Walmart. Well, maybe not Walmart, Walgreens, and just you know, they got people just walking in, walking out with stuff, you know? Learning to be thieves and robbers. The children of the day are learning to be thieves and robbers while church and schools stand lamely by, watching their charges march down to destruction. Mothers and fathers have no influence with their children. And the home that once was a hearth of rest and peace is now a place of contentious, warring spirits, each one striving in a petty way to attain one's selfish end. See, the me generation still. Me. All the committees and governing boards that have been appointed to solve the problems have placed a few facts for the public, and there they rest. Even the greatest financial experts of the world getting together to discuss the problem find it hard to solve. The system topples. See, that's America to a T right there. The chickens are coming home to roost in this country. They are coming home. We are no longer the sole power in the world where everybody had to use our money to purchase things. Now they giving it back. The money is coming home. That means inflation. That means we got to pay more for what we pay, you know, for what we got to pay more than what we paid a month ago for our own products, because the trading partners are now saying, hey, you know, we just going to trade amongst ourselves. We don't need you. We don't need to buy your products. See, our system, it was doomed from the start after World War II when we was number one and we was bullying and pushing people around and we was eating the fat of the world. But our system was doomed to fail. Why? Because it was called capitalism. Capitalism. That's where I work you for every little drop of blood I could get out of you. I work you like a dog, you know? And then I throw you away when you can't do it no more. And that's capitalism, brother. I remember I had a job, delivering them. Oh, it just gives me an attitude just thinking about it. I used to have to carry them treadmills up people's stairs. Those big, you seen those big gym treadmills? I used to have to carry them things upstairs. If you ever seen San Francisco, them houses there, they are all on these stairs, right? And then my company would charge for me to bring it in, and they always chose inside delivery, you know, meaning that driver had to bring that thing inside the door of their apartment or house. And the company would charge them for it. They wouldn't give you nothing for it. They wouldn't give you nothing. That used to make me so mad. How I had to do the work and they wouldn't compensate me for that. They could charge more off of me. And then the people I never received one tip in doing that job for a year and a half, man. And I never received a single nickel or even a piece of fruit, you know, maybe barely a glass of water. See, that's the system where they work you like a dog and they get everything that they can get out of you and then throw you away. And that's the system. And now it's time to pay the piper, because the kingdom of light is power to the people now. It's no more the Capricorn system where power is in the hands of a few. That's why people are going to jump and rejoice, and they're gonna glorify the Creator. That's why people are going to praise the Creator, because He's going to take power away. The faithists, the Ethereans, the gods and lords of the organic realms are going to they're going to simply set up the kingdom, and all who are willing are going to join it and make the world jealous. And in that way, the Father he'll be accepted and glorified. It always got to take some form of jealousy, though. It says the system topples. Efforts to prop it are made, but still it sways unsteadily. A wave of optimism comes, only to turn into an ocean of despair. Civilization of today is doomed. You say, as was Rome in the days of old. Then your mind becomes engulfed in the gloom of this discovery. It becomes so appalled by the acuteness of the world's need that a solution to the tragic problems of this day seems impossible for humanity to discover. Has the presence of the Creator vanished from the hearts of humanity? What poignant questions assail the minds of mortals, while some attempt to fathom the laws that rule the ordered progression of civilizations, and to gauge the present position which humanity has attained in the course of its cycle of growth. Others trust in a mysterious God whose wisdom is not easy for ordinary mortals to understand. Still others are being led to inquire into the many philosophical, esoteric, and occult systems which of late has spread with amazing rapidity over America and Europe. Yep, see, you see, that is so true. You look on YouTube, man, and it's all, you know what they're called? They're called esoteric spiritualists. These are people who talk about spiritual things. They don't lead you nowhere. They take advantage of God. In other words, they say God. They stuff everything into that God bag because they can't explain. It's a way to, God is a catch-all phrase for whoever you make him. See, and these people here, they take advantage of people looking for the Creator, really. So people run to esoteric, they run to occult systems, they run to philosophies looking for the Creator, and they run to these people who sound like they know what they're talking about. They speak esoterically, talking about outer space and CERN and the nuclear, science and and this planet, and this alien being, and they got visited, and people run to them looking for the Creator, and they haven't found anything at all. Just somebody who knows how to talk about spiritual things and entrap you. And that's exactly, esoteric spiritualists, man. Esoteric, they get on there and they start, hey, I had a dream, I had a vision, and this alien, he said this portal was going to be open on, March the 1st, that there's going to be a visitation from the planet Bubalaga, and they're going to come. And, it's always future, and it's always esoteric. There's no source that points to the Creator. People won't mention the Creator, if you notice. They do a lot of talking, but they don't talk about the Creator. See, they'll say God. That's what this is all saying right here. Still others are being led to inquire into the many philosophical. See, they're trying to get out of this system that don't work. So they run to philosophy, they run to esotericism, they run to occult, people who cannot find the creator. They can't find him. They cannot find him. Which of late has spread with amazing rapidity over America and Europe, while many groping from belief to belief, see, looking for the creator, while many are groping from belief to belief and from concept to concept, a very few strong souls remain undisturbed by the darkness that covers the earth and poisons the mentality of the people. Not only do they trust the unconquerable spirit of humanity, which has always through the ages survived in spite of tremendous odds, but they know because of their own firsthand experience that this generation and those that closely follow will rise like eagles to soar supreme over the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Talking about faithists, if you ask me. This light has been going out for a long time. There have been a lot of faithists born since OAHSPE first came out. And they started to have children. It's talking about those children. They're not going to go for it. They're not going to fall for the darkness. They're going to know the Creator lives. They know because they have experienced realities of life, worlds invisible to most. Beings of glorious power who stand behind humanity and strengthen the efforts of the souls who heroically and stubbornly, even though bleeding and dismal woe, refuse to be vanquished and storm heaven by force of will. That heaven may be brought down to earth. That heaven may be brought down to earth. They storm heaven by force, that heaven may be brought down to earth. While most mortals, even of the most intellectual calibre, they can only but surmise the causes of vast movements which sway the destiny of centuries. The knowers deal with what to them are the facts of experience. Their consciousness is at home in the world of causes. They are co-workers with celestial powers. They see not only the need, but the fulfillment of the need as tragic. The need, just as glorious, will be the fulfillment. We want you to realize intellectually at first, then ultimately out of firsthand experience, the process and the means whereby the need of today will become the glory of tomorrow. We want you to be one of the many who will become one of the many co-workers with those powers who are guiding mankind toward the satisfaction of its desperate want. See, they're asking you, brethren, to join in through your meditations, through your prayers, through your willingness, through your spirit, so that and be a part of the change that you cannot see. The angels, the organic realm. This is what they're asking you, brethren. You're gonna have to walk by faith too much more, brethren. Don't think that you're gonna be doing this forever. You just being tested. But you remember what the Bible says, that when a baby is born, the mother remembers the pain no longer. See? When a baby is born, the mother remembers the pain no longer. Right, Elizabeth? When the baby is born, the mother remembers the pain no longer. I'm using that for faithists. We ain't gonna remember the world no longer. See? Because the baby is gonna be born and it'll be all worth it, right? But it'll be a shame because we'll be looking at a world that couldn't keep faith. You see? It says, We want you to realize what it will mean to you to step out of the mob of helpless souls and emerge a consecrated worker in the vast army of the pleroma, which is fullness of light. You pledge yourself to the service of the highest. You have pledged yourself to the service of the highest you can conceive, to the service of your ideal of the Creator. We want you to expand, and glorify this God idea in you, that your dedication will at once lift you to the beyond, where darkness breaks into eternal dawn. We are not going to overwhelm you with intellectual systems or tabulated facts of cosmic realms. We want you to unify your life, to center all your energies, all your desires, all your wishes into one mighty purpose that shall transfigure and redeem you. Do you know how darkness can be annihilated? By lighting a candle. Light the candle of your purpose, and there will not be any darkness left around you. Make of this candle a mighty lamp. Better still, build it as an electric lamp so that it may become but the glowing end of a line plunged into the inexhaustible ocean of cosmic energy. That is the one universal purpose of the I am. Then you will not need to refuel your lamp. You will not need to refuel your lamp, but it will radiate strength and power through your old veils made translucent as glass, so it may illumine all darkness. Then your need will have been fulfilled, and through the fulfillment of you shall have become one of an army of beneficent souls whose mighty purpose is the healing of humanity, the cleansing of the planet's spiritual, magnetic, physical atmospheres, the building up of a new race of men and women free to act as incarnate co-creators with the Almighty. And I forgot to share the screen. That's what I was reading right here. Just finished it. Okay, so I forgot to share the screen, but it's only a couple sentences. And that will conclude the reading of the word. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Creator. Let me see. Elizabeth says, I didn't have any pain though. Oh, really? When you gave birth, you didn't have any pain? Really? Are you serious? Wow. I thought you have a daughter, right? Is she a stepdaughter or is she your natural daughter? I remember my mom was telling me about my uncle. I don't know if my brother is listening, but he might laugh if when I share this. But my mom said that when my uncle took pride in being a man's man, square jawed and and real man's man, I mean, undefeatable, invincible, man's man. My mom said that when he was in the room with his wife giving birth, he fainted. Hey, Chuck, if you listen, don't tell Uncle Harold that that we know about that. One dude told me he was in the delivery room and his wife squeezed his hand so hard he went down to his knees begging for mercy. She's squeezing his hand so hard. You see, Elizabeth says the 14-year-old one, no pain. How do you like that? How do you like that? Wow. Wow, that's a trip. No pain. Oh, your 16-year-old one did, though. Uh-huh. So, I forgot how you got on pain, but all right. So, I want to thank you, Creator, for the reading of this word, and I want to thank you for the hope that you are giving us and how you inspired me to talk about Cosmin Day. and what will happen on Cosmin Day. And unfortunately, it will catch the world off guard. Your sons and daughters who are enlightened will be glorified. And thank you for telling us of the work that we will do in the healing of the world. Thank you, Creator, for the whole plan. And how you encourage us, and how you tell us that the things that we go through now will only be for temporary, and that they serve a much greater purpose, the things that we go through in the flesh. And we thank you for how you give us ashars to guide us, to inspire us, and to let us know that we have a blessed future, a glorious future. You tell us in your word that this is not ultimate reality. You also give us a chance to make ourselves through the soul confirmations, which we're going to do shortly. It's an incredible blessing. I pray my brethren pick up on the soul confirmations, and that we create a vortex within the world and ourselves as well. I pray that you might reveal to some brother or sister when Cosmin Day will be. Pray that you might reveal to some brother and sister when we can look forward to visiting with those who have passed on, the angels that you say are going to visit us again, talk to us face to face, encouraging us even more than we are right now about the reality of heaven itself. Oh, again, Creator, I just thank you for this opportunity to try to be a light to my brother, and pray you bless my brethren. We had a sister who was struggling today. I pray you lift that struggle, Creator, and show her how to defend against it when it comes again. We did read where you said to take our thoughts, see how we can minister to our brethren as one way that we can defeat the negative vibrations that come against us. And we ask to be lifted out and away from the influences of the earth and the beast kingdom within ourselves and in the world today. So thank you, Creator. Be with us as we go. And please show us where we are falling short and that we can improve on. And then give us the power to do it. So thank you, Creator. And brethren, all right, let's do the soul confirmation, and then let's go ahead and close the video. So let's do the soul confirmation to the one that we did earlier today. Let's do, matter of fact, let's see, was there another soul confirmation somewhere? No. So let's do the soul confirmation. So we close the video. Now we're on the one we did earlier today, the soul confirmation. We're on this one right here, where it says all the forces. Let me make the screen bigger. This is the soul confirmation for today. Now, the new year. Did you brothers see what I don't know if you saw what I posted in the room. I might not be able to find it. The OAHSPE said that the new year is the end of the year. Let me see if I can find it right here. Did y'all ever see that? I don't know if you brethren are in any one of the rooms. I posted something where they said that the end of in the spiritual realm, the end of the year is this time we're in right now. Matter of fact, here it is right here. Have y'all ever seen this? Look at this. Look at what they say. You saw it, Yafa? Check this out. I thought this was a trip. Look at the bottom here. It says, when does the calendar year end in the heavenly realms? I got to make it a little smaller. I hope you can see it. It says, when does the calendar year, because see in the OAHSPE, it says like June. And then it says, I think somebody else said they thought it was March. And then I found this in Radiance, and it says this. Look at the bottom. It says, when does the calendar, you can read the top of it and all this if you want. I'm just going to the bottom because we have to do the soul confirmation at the end of the video. It says, when does the calendar year end in the heavenly realms? Is it in conjunction with winter or summer solstice? It says the correct time is in conjunction with the winter solstice. The passage in the first edition of OAHSPE was in error. This was due to an error in transcription, which was corrected on subsequent editing while under control. How do you like that? So yeah, it says that this time is the new year in the heavenly realms. The winter solstice is saying that this was the time of the new year. When was the winter solstice? December 21, 2024. Now, the interesting thing, okay, Yapis Cosmic, he spoke about the other day. Okay, well, I mean, it is that time, you know. Now, the thing I did a couple days ago, yesterday, I think it was, I didn't plan that video. I'm going to say it again. I didn't plan it. And it dealt with the new year. The video I did yesterday called Celestial Cycles, it just fell on the day I did it, which happens to, and it happened to deal with the new year. So there may be an anointing behind that message that had me do it at that day. I did not, again, I say to you, I didn't choose to do it on that day. I see things I want to share, and then I go and I put it in the lineup, and I don't pay attention to what day or, you know, and I just thought it was interesting when I looked at it. When I started doing the study, I didn't realize it was going to talk about the new year. I just think it's great the way the Creator works. Let's do the soul confirmation, soul confirmation, so we can end the video. So we're here, right here. Soul confirmation. We're on this part right here where we read all the forces, okay? All the forces. All the forces. Hey, Yafa, I'm curious. Did he also concur that the new year in the heavenly realms was around this time that we're in right now, December 21st? I didn't see the video, but does he concur with that, or does he have something different? Just put in the chat, and if I close the video before you respond, oh, okay, he concurs. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I love the way the Creator worked, man. When I think about it, that video, I had no clue it was going to refer to the new year. See, that's how he worked. You don't know he was working till you look backwards and see what he do with you. You see? You got to love it, man. That's why we got to do the soul confirmations, man. See? And then you look back and you say, okay, the Ashars say they hand you over to the ASAPs. The ASAPs said, okay, let's see, let's see, what am I supposed to make up your soul with? And then the ASAP, he looks back at, you know, he says, okay, let me see. Now, you want this for your soul? Okay, you want that for you? Okay, we go. Okay, you want this? You want that? You want that? The ASAP's gonna say, "Man, you want a lot, don't you?" He said, "Look, I got to do this for you. I got to do that for you. I got to do that for you. Got to do that for you. Man, you know." Let me see. Living said, "Press did a video last year about it too." Okay, Press Judah. Okay, so they knew when the new year of the heavenlies was. Okay, on the count of three, we're going to do where it says all the forces. On the count of three, okay? Count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. Again, 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All the forces of my being are becoming responsive to the living creative will of my soul. And that's it. That's it. Keeping the vortex going in the world and within our soul. Brethren, thank you for joining me. Thank you, brethren. The highlight of my week is getting a chance to have you, brethren, to have a little fellowship with. Thank you for checking in. And Creator, I pray for my brethren that you will enlighten us and that you might reveal to somebody when Cosmic Day is so that we can rejoice. We read in the Word today that what's going to happen and the manifestation of miracles and the angels reappearing and talking with his face to face. And so you showing us that before we go to sleep at night, we got something that we can look forward to, wake up to the next day. It could be Cosmic Day. So I pray that you give the brothers some word, some brother or sister or myself, give us the word. And then, we share it, or some brother in Asia or China or Antarctica and Russia or somebody gets the word. Or, well, now that I think about it, you say that the resurrection comes as in a multitude of people, not just one or two. So I just pray that you give us the knowledge of when Cosmic Day is. I give thanks for allowing me to pray it so that now I expect someone to have knowledge of it and to tell the rest of us about it now. So I just thank you, Creator, and allowing me to share the story about the man and his scooter and how these brethren here, they can see you. They would have saw immediately what happened. And you also showed a picture of how the world can't see you until it's too late. We have to do things like make chairs, dance, and sing before they'll pay attention to us. And it's a shame because you waste a lot of time waiting for the manifestation of things instead of walking by faith and redeeming the time in that way. But we thank you anyway, Creator. I pray for my brethren, for their blessing, safety, for their endurance, their patience, their love, their wisdom, knowledge, and thank you for the time that we had together. So, brethren, thank you again. No video tomorrow. I'll be in Bible study tomorrow. Pick it up Thursday. And, brethren, thank you so much. And until I see you again, peace be unto you. Shalom.